Now, tell me about your involvement.
I started on the team 3 years ago, and when I was asked, I was like, I don't do robotics, I'm a theater student, and they're like, oh, trust me, we got room for you. And it's this opportunity for kids to learn not only how to express themselves through, doing gracious professionalism and working with people, they can build robots that can play games. Like, that's something that, other sports, you don't get to. Yeah, you work out, you build your inner, strengths and stuff, but you get to, learn different characteristics. You work with team members. You learn how to be a professional, and you don't usually learn that until when you're in the workplace. And these kids now get to go into life knowing those kind of things.
Now, how do you get involved? I mean, like I said, you are a theater person. How do you jump from theatrics to robotics?
I was actually approached by one of the mentors. He's known me for a long time, and they have this thing called Chairman. We do a 5-minute presentation to judges about the outreach that our team does, what other teams we've mentored, and he said, that's kind of a performance in itself because you're having to put on a skit for the judges to tell them information. And I was like, okay, I can totally do that. And then when I got into it, I was like, oh, I kind of want to see what the robots about a little bit. Oh, well, I really like the business side. And when you get into it for something that you thought you'd only be like, kind of tunnel, like you just stay in that aspect of the team, and then you just branch out and you learn so many different traits that you never, ever would have thought you'd learn if you hadn't joined before.
Now, when they say robotics, we think robot, like a self-working robot. Could you explain a little bit about robotics?
Okay, so I thought the same thing. You guys build like human-like robots. No, we build like usually it's like a 6-wheel drive base and a shooter, because usually that's what the game involves. The maximum height is kind of my height, and it's an 120-pound robot. They're usually quite square. Yeah, it depends on the game, actually. This year ours was probably not above your hips.
Do they fight each other?
No, it's 3 robots on 3 robots in alliances, so it's called qualification matches. So you're like selected with random teams, and so one match you can be working with them, and then the next match you're working against them. So you always have to learn really gracious professionalism, and working with people. And when their robot's broken, you go help them fix it. So usually in sports like, oh, someone's injured, hey, it's like, okay, that's kind of our advantage. For this, like, oh, your robot's broken, we'll send over a group of members and our tools to help you fix it.
Okay. And you got a new robot last year. You built a new robot. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, we build one every year. The cool thing about robotics is that every year on January 5th, all around the world at the exact same time they broadcast what the game is for that year. So this year it was Ultimate Ascent, so essentially it's Ultimate Frisbee. And then in the last 30 seconds you have to climb a pyramid. So every year we make a different robot to play that game.
And so how do you feel about bringing the worlds here? I mean, you guys have quite a reputation on the robotics circuit.
Well, we've been wanting a regional, for a long time, because the number one thing we tell people is, you just got to come to competition. You just got to come to competition. That's when you fall in love with it. And we've strived to try and bring the feel of competition home, but now we get to bring competition home. So it's going to be something that all of North Bay can finally experience with us and see why we love it so much. And I hope that everybody gets involved because it's a worthwhile event.